Sorry, everyone. Today is just one of those days. Anyway, I made this one. Welcome to the Castlevania Aria's Randomizer tournament match for this evening. Sorry, today's just been crazy on that one. This entire week has. But anyway, welcome to our runners, Cecil and Salon. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last part of that one. Anyway, this will be an interesting race for you this evening. Both these runners are pretty good. And was that the handgun pickup? Or Rooster? I'm not Rooster. Raster? Sorry, y'all. Oh, agreed. Those that are wondering what is randomized, basically all the soul drops, what enemies can drop, the shop, what items are needed for the good ending. Of course, our runners are going for the good ending. And both runners now finding a flame demon drop, so that'll be kind of good. As I know for myself, I'm a fan of using the souls, although Soma isn't really a mage, but he's got a lot of useful skills. And yeah, that was the handgun. Gotta love that, crazy actual use of the handgun when you guys do see that. As I forgot to mention, randomized and other, various things, where locations and what souls needed, everything else like that. Aria is just one of my favorite, Castlevanias out there. A lot of the Metroidvanias because they're so fun. Ooh, disc armor. Sorry about that. But disc armor, a very powerful and very useful bullet soul, so that'll be useful. Of course, you'll still runners using the sleep trick, which is as long as you have a save file, you can use the sleep option to get back to the beginning of the rooms. Very useful for some of those very long and winding rooms. Another flame soul for Solid. I'm getting the ancient belt too. So let's see what Raster's got up here, and if not, there's gonna be anything useful. Not sure. Claymore. And that one. You know, took a bit on the lag of it, so I couldn't see that one. Ooh! So that is a good one. I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically a very good endgame hammer, or at least a good one. I know that's my general strategy. See something that's halfway decent that you know you'll need the money for? Sell it. As unlike Metroid, you don't have to deal with the fanfare. So I'm now checking the bell tower as well. I'm gonna try it and the Thal Hammer. Well, Raster is taking on Manicore. I believe that's the version of Thor's hammer for the game. So what our runners are looking for are the 3 ancient books alongside the souls needed to, you know, the 3 souls that are mentioned in there, so they can get the best ending. Alongside Skulla, you know, at least some way to fly, like, you know, Giant Bat, or the Hippogriff Soul, and essentially a good weapon and armor set. Ooh, and a pitch black suit. Not the best armor, but it is a pretty decent armor for this early in the game. I do have to say, even if you're picking up a lot of items, it's always useful because we don't know what's going to be in Hammer's shop yet. So having access to a lot of money is insanely useful once you get access to that, because you might find something insanely good and insanely broken. Nothing crazy as far as drops go from our enemies that might turn the tide, but who knows? One lucky soul drop that actually is progression can completely change things. Early study isn't the worst play on that one. It just all depends on what play is, what each runner thinks will work. Ooh, a spear. Not useful, but it will sell for some money. Ooh, I'm picking up. Is that curly? I'm not sure. I'd have to check the tape on that one, but it's probably not, because that was a bullet soul. Let's see. I do have to mention the fact that, although very rare, Hammer can sell those books. And you can also get them as drops from enemies. So having access to possible options to where you can skip, having to look for them isn't a really huge option. And ooh, Raster actually taking the early Floating Gardens play. I know I am a huge fan of doing this myself. If you can survive, then there's usually a good chance that you might find something very useful. And today we get... Couldn't see it. If anybody saw that, let me know. Sorry, Raster. Looks like a no on my end. Sorry, y'all. But yeah. Good old meat strips. At least it's not wall meat this time. Actually, would it be wall meat since it was found by breaking a wall? Now, one thing I do have to look up is whether or not it's faster to just walk if you don't have backdash, or if it's actually faster to use the slide. Anybody in chat know that one? I start picking up some coffee. Might be sipping on it, now while actually doing this race. I don't know if Mr. Routine has a darkness element or not. It's hard to remember everything on that one. That actually is a huge pickup challenge with the rare ring. As you may not think about it, but considering how the luck stat really does not work in this game normally, having the ability to increase the item drop chances is a huge advantage sometimes. There's Hammer leaving some grapes for salad, while Raster is still checking out the Floating Gardens. Raster doing an early clock tower. To answer the question of views in chat, it sometimes can be. And then again, sometimes the common drops can be better than the rare ones too. Guess it all depends on the drop rate and then, how good some of the items can be. So far, nothing for Raster in the clock tower. It's one of the endgame spears. I forget which one it is. I know what it is because I've used it myself, but I forget its name. Someone in chat will probably know. looks like Raster's on their way to actually do the death fight. Now, death is one of those bosses that has a guaranteed soul drop in order to make sure our runners don't get soft rock. At least no Headhunter is. I think death is also one of those. Again, I am not as positive on that one. Looks like we'll get our first look at the shop, and we'll see if there's anything good there. But Salon, sells all the items and armor he does not need. Well, I should say they, but... So let's see, some potions, like that, another pitch black suit, rare ring, a black belt, which is decent. Really, just the potions, tasty meat, beef curry, and the milk. Basically, the healing items are probably going to be the best thing from the shop at this point. I know it was a yellow soul, but I could not read it. It was too quick. Did everybody catch that? I'll have to ask Raster later on what their stream settings are. See if we might be able to help with getting some of those frame drops, taken care of later. Mind you, Archdemon could actually be a soul that is needed, as we have yet to see any of our books. Ooh, and bomber armor from the Dancing Ghost. Ah, and the Gravekeeper for backdashing on Solid's side. That is also a very valid point, as the shop can sell the books. I have seen them there before, so there is a chance of being able to just buy your knowledge there. And I think, yep, gold ring. Ah, the frame drops from both of our runners. I'm gonna have to ask see if I can actually help them out later on with that one, but still. And we get... Could not see. Thank you, frame drops. I've yet to see what that useful was, but as I haven't switched over to anything, I don't think. God, I'm trying to remember what the Usos were. Silent getting the heal and some money, while Raster is checking out the inner quarters. Oh, I think that was the bat. That is huge for Salon. Yep, it's official. Salon has the power of flight. Doing the regular bat soul. So now he's got both the giant bat and the bat. After checking the Stormy Towers, Tower of Terror, whatever you want to call this area. Ooh, our first book! That's book 3. And I could not catch the name of that sword real quick. And here's Headhunter for Raster. Now, of course, Headhunter will have a soul, as it is meant to be a safety, so that way no one gets soft locked. Ooh, and the other book, too. So we've found 2 of our books so far. So let's see what Raster gets from Headhunter this evening. Dean! Oh, they'll be able to walk on water now. And Salon will get there Dean quickly. on making great use of, the soul system here. I know I'm a huge fan of actually using that one. While Raster is checking the actual wine cellar. And opting to bail out of getting that gold ring. I believe books are technically progression, but I am not sure. And Raster finally getting the dash. Well, the back dash, I should state. And now getting their giant back. And looks like opting to pick up that curry. I may not have seen it, but I heard the noise. Also, runners do still have to find Skella for the ability to complete the chaotic realm. Sorry, oh, I had to step away for a minute. Anyway, looks like catching up to chat, it looked like we might have seen our third book. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. And I completely missed what that book said, even though the frame drops did let us get a good look at it. So I'm finally going into the floating gardens. I just also pick up a meat strip. I think about a second or two ago. Not sure if Raster has everything for Graham or not yet. Couldn't read that, as moving too fast, but someone can probably let me know. You do have to admire the attention to detail in the game on that one, considering all the locations that are in this game. So looks like we probably won't see the reservoir area. I have yet to, did anybody notice whether or not they picked up Skella yet or not? Up and there's Chrono Mage. Also, fun fact, that will also allow access to the sealed card, or basically where you would have to use Galamoth for it. Again, post race, I am definitely going to offer some advice on cutting down on the frame drops. But ooh, you like dolls giving beef curry? Now that is nice. Gotta love whenever we can get a sequence break in this game. There's Mistletoe pickup for Raster. Now going to kill their big golem. Oh no, wait, it's the giant armor. I'm thinking of the cellar area of this. Again, great use of the waiter skeleton. Well, it's solid inside. And there we go. Theft is down. And picking up the Arc Demon. And of course, grabbing the orb for the free heal. And we got the bat did something or else, powers of darkness, and I forget the last. So it looks like we will not need the underground reservoir or the cemetery today. I love that magic heavy seed. Mana prisms. That's going to be very useful. Spear again. Ooh, Demon's Mail. And the Crimson Cloak too. That should be good. Ooh, Mr. Muramasa. Yeah, that is going to be pretty good and useful. Oh, and there's everybody's favorite silver gun in the shop. So it looks like our runners are about to give each other... Were they in the same room? Nah, they were close. It's hard if those long and, I won't say windy corridors, but these long, the very long early game corridors. Looks like Raster, I think, thinks they have everything. Ooh, Salon actually opting to sell the actual spear. Looks like Raster thinks they have everything. And today, I believe Giant Bat is one of our souls. That's actually a very good thing. Now, I don't remember if this is game 2 or game 3, or if it's just game 1. Sorry, I have been busy like no tomorrow this past weekend, so saw him getting bodied by those gargoyles. I guess they are defending the knight. Looks like both of our runners are headed towards the grand fight. Well, considering Raster's already in there, Salon's on their way. Opting for this save on Salon's side, which is always useful. Alright, some interesting use of Chrono Mage. Now I couldn't see if Raster got the text. Again, frame drops. Yes, both of our runners are showcasing a lot of excellent execution of this great game. Now, I'm not going to go into the lore here, as I don't want to spoil the story for this game, but basically, you know, we're in Dracula's castle, there was a solar eclipse, and looks like Raster did get it. Well, there's Galamolf. So it looks like Raster is, I'd say, pretty much in a very, you know, I would say commanding lead, but, you know, within a decent amount of a lead. So whoever called a possible Graham-locked Sculla, I'd say the obligatory witch comment. Well, witch/warlock, depending on gender, as there's no real gender neutral for that one. Also, fun, lore fact for the Castlevania series. Galamoth is supposed to be the enemy of, basically Dracula's arch nemesis, apart from the Belmonts, as they are the villain of the Kid Dracula series. Ah, there we go. Excellent use of that hammer. It's hammer time. I think that's what, 17, basically 4 hits for 17 points of damage each. That Yep, that hammer is putting in some work. Nearly 70 points of damage per hit. They're not bad. Gotta love those multi-hit weapons in, boss fights like this. And there we go for that battle. And surprise, surprise, probably to go one, but of course, Soma is, Sculla blocked by Graham. Basically, surprise no one. Yes, we are Dracula. Yeah, Jupiter, you called that one. I think Raster's trying to go get their final shopping trip and then go from there. Selling the hammer. That would put in so much work for the final battle. I'm still not sure what our runners are rocking as far as armor goes. Not necessarily. The mana prisms. Oops, bought my drink. The mana prisms are still theoretically useful depending on what souls you have. I mean, if you have enough mana for it. to stack a bunch of mana prisms and abuse the red Minotaur soul. For those that actually know how strong that thing is. I mean, especially red Minotaur, Center of Chaos. Yeah, that's a fair amount of damage. Both of our runners are making their way towards the Julius fight, which I might add has some of the best music in the game. No complaints about Heart of Fire there. And I'm corrected. It's Arcanaut. I think I pronounced that correctly. Thank you, chat, for actually telling me what the gender neutral for wizard and not wizard for witch/warlock was. I know I'm a huge fan of the Julius fight theme. I mean, it's so old that it's even in the original Haunted Castle arcade game. Shout out to anybody that has heard of that one, as it was one of the harder arcade versions of Castlevania 1. Both of them opting to pick some, quick damage-dealing weapons. Ooh, someone opting to bust out that disc armor. Never underestimate the power of a good soul for some of these fights. Yeah, Haunted Castle is not a good game, but the music is amazing, and that is where Heart of Fire originates from. It's the music for the final stage. Getting about 60, 60 points of damage total if each of those discs on Sullen's side. Surprised Raster isn't opting to use the soul system as much. I'm in agreement, chat. Coming down to Julius and Chaos, Execution is always an amazing race. Neither of our runners have gotten into Phase 2 yet, as Phase 2 is when the sub-weapons come out. And so it looks like to be the first runner into phase 2. I gotta be careful, as that whip is dealing over 150 damage. Raster finally starting to break out some of those souls. Now, with runners of this caliber, I'm pretty sure they're not feeling behind, but it's more like, where's my opponent? They haven't got done yet, but they are probably near the end of the seed, especially with how this seed played out. It's something new every time you play this randomizer. And that's one of the best things about this. You'll pick up new strats every time you watch a fellow runner play this. For example, one of my favorite uses was spamming the needle soul, because you could actually just drop the mines off, and on a lot of enemies you could get 2 to 3 hits at a go for a cheap amount. And looks like Salon is the first to get done the Julius fight. And it's the first into the chaotic realm. Trying to get past that, enemy stabbing him with the pitchfork constantly. This may allow Raster to get, caught up a tiny bit. Ooh, couldn't tell what that was as far as armor went. But Raster is through as well. Now remember, both of our runners don't have the hippogriff, so they are a little locked into having to make sure they have enough MP to get through the chaotic realm. So opting to take the safety save, always useful, especially in the chaotic realm, as there is no warp out of here, and the length of time it takes to get to the nearest warp is a pain, unlike Dawn, where there is actually a teleporter out of their area. So will be the first into the chaos fight. But Raster is almost there. Ooh! So, what? See that? Oh, that's priceless! That is priceless! Well, I guess Giant Bat was your progression, as Hippogriff was locked in the Chaotic Realm. So Salad is just about to get to the Chaos fight, opting to take the last minute save. Always take that last minute save. You don't want to have to go through the entire Chaotic Realm again if you accidentally lose. And that hammer putting in some work. Gotta love those multi-hit weapons. When you don't have enough power or a good hitting, high damage dealing weapon, a good multi-hit weapon is always good. And Raster is into their chaos fight as well. It's going to be neck and neck. And Solon is on to phase 2. Opting to get rid of the eyes. I don't know if they prefer to get rid of all 4 or if they're just going to go for the bottom 2. Gotta be careful. I'm not sure if our runners are going to try to do game 2 after this or not, so we'll know once this race finishes up. And Raster almost on phase 2 as well. As Fuse is pointing out in chat, most likely they will be going for all 4 due to the levels and no rush soul to help. And Raster is on phase 2 as well. I hope you all are enjoying this, match in the Aria Randomizer tournament. Don't forget to follow our runners, follow SpeedGaming, and enjoy, all the action that's going on. Again, that hammer is putting in some work. I'm getting about at least close to 40 per hit, if not more, on Sullen's side with that hammer. While Raster is still working on the eyeballs. Okay, that hammer is really paying off. It's neck and neck. Although Raster has to be a bit careful with the items they have, as I think they are now all out of healing items. Ooh! Cecil takes a death! This is Raster's game to win now. I always hate when a game was decided by that. Let's see if Raster can clutch this out. And Raster's got it! GG to Raster. And it looks like Solid has opted to forfeit. I'll see if either of our runners would like to come in for an interview. Again, GG's to the pair of you. Even if they... I do not know if either of our runners will be joining us for post-race, but I think both of ours are declining to take an interview. And I think they are probably going to reschedule the second game, but don't quote me on that one. But again, hopefully you've all enjoyed this, Castlevania Aria Randomizer tournament race this evening. So again, GG's to the pair of you. Hopefully, if there's still going to be a game 2, they will reschedule for a later time. But I think that's it for us this evening. I guess we'll probably be rating one of the other speed gaming channels. So I made just one, and for everybody here at Speed Gaming, as well as the entire Castlevania Aria Randomizer community and the Castlevania Randomizer community. I highly recommend you guys check them out. Don't forget to follow our runners. And, I guess that's it for me.